What now?
What is going on, everybody? Jumping straight into the action on Halo Wars. So, this game took place, I believe, on Sunday. I was just playing with the Yellow Prophet, who is Reno, and the Teal Prophet was a general. I do not remember your name at the moment, but we did win a lot of games with you, and this was one of my favorite ones that I decided to record. So Reno and I already discussed that we're going to be rushing the Brute out of existence against, what's the team comp? The team comp, I believe, I know the brown player that we're attacking right this second is the Brute, red is the Arbiter, and green is either a Cutter or a Forge. I can't remember for the life of me. We triple attack this Brute. As I stated before, I'm making the Wraiths to take care of mainly Warthogs if there was going to be any. When in games like these, when we just completely dominate, steamroll, or have like more or less a game in our favor all the way, mainly just either outplaying or just outright experience gap, I always think to myself, if these players were better in their position, how they would react / respond to this type of attack. In my opinion, this isn't factual. I believe that green should have had some Warthogs, and the red Arbiter should have either went to our base to attack us with a bunch of suicide grunts, or help this Brute and try to launch some suicide grunts into one of our prophets, mainly the weaker ones that don't have less immolation. And the Arbiter tries this here, but again, he doesn't have enough game knowledge. As you can see, he's not rage glitching around or none of that. So this makes it a lot easier for us. We can afford to sit here, not the micro as hard. The Chieftain builds some Banshees or whatever, but this shield is just so draining to early economy that it just doesn't matter. I believe the UNSC player comes in with some flamethrowers a few minutes later, a few seconds from now, and Hornets, which is a good idea in practice, but again, he doesn't know. It's just, you guys know what I'm talking about when a player, like, you know the difference between a player who's played the game for a long time, not just Halo Wars, any game in general. A player who's played the game for a while, and the other player who has an idea but is still like new. These guys is one of them. The Chieftain had the right idea initially, but he was just better off trying to rush us with the Arbiter, forcing us to capitulate and do defenses. But the fact that we can go all offense makes this game easy for us.
Local units.
Now, granted, the Chieftain shield did delay him for a while, but again, it only briefly halted the inevitable.
Local units.
What now?
Local units.
The Chieftain is very weak, tries to attack my Prophet. And like I said earlier, as if I have clairvoyance from Psychic K, green has some Hornets, which are definitely a good counter to Wraiths. Something I always want to say here, I wish the Wraiths were like a little better. Like if they had, I don't know, an extra damage buff, but it would increase the resource count from 350 to 400. But again, it's a pipe green to think about updates. Wraiths are only good in deathmatch. Even then, still not better than PT. I know Covenant always been better with air, but come on, we all know in the lore that the Covenant literally washes the UNSC technologically at all levels. But whatever, game balance and mechanics. The Hornets almost killed my grandpa, and I told him to fall back. And we continued the assault on this.
Local units.
And as I said in the subtitles there, had I had better positioning with my Prophet, he wouldn't have had low health opportunity recall, which reduces the Wraith numbers on the field. So I try to get Reno a base, and it's looking like from here on the Yellow Prophet, which is Reno before, and Teal Prophet kind of out this coverage, so I just use the Wraiths to sweep around the base. Red has some hunters, I guess, like who were really scared of that. At this point, I stopped caring about my Prophet, and I just kind of send him to go die. He does like despawn a bit later. All that happens. So from here, I'm gonna just be chatting. I've always wanted like some type of rebalancing with the leaders. Like, I don't know. It's always been like It's always been something to add to the replayability of Halo Wars, because when I heard that the definitive edition was coming out, I was thinking, oh, they'll do some updates to this game.
Local units.
But nope, just slight graphical improvements, if that at most, and arguably, I don't know, somehow worse pathfinding for the units. I don't know. You can correct me in the comments down below, whatever. We take care of the brute,
Local units.
and the other one resigns, and green blows up, and yeah, he was a cutter, and red's the last one to stay, which is even weirder because this guy was a general, and I think the brute was a brigadier if I looked close enough. Nope, they all blew up. Lamau. Well, that was a game that just happened with the triple grandpa offense. Maybe I'll call the video that. Like and subscribe.